Talon.
And then we get the insta-lock Shen.
Oh god.
Top lane.
You know, I've actually been I've been watching this guy. I've forgotten his name, and I really should be able to credit him. But I've been watching a bunch of like Shen videos on YouTube.
You know what?
Like full games of
Shen. Actually, Bulldog's debut year. Here comes Kroko.
Yeah, he's walking over Vision, but of course, Carrier wanting to use his grand exit in order to make this one work. The Pillar of Filth goes down, and now Gumayusi on the other side of the rift. Let's see whether this Feather recall is going to work out. It's Kroko that eats all of them. The Ebb and Flow doing so much work. And there's one more auto, and that is going to do it. Chef's kiss there for
Despite dying there in the bottom lane. Very even game here. Really only that first blood, the difference maker, but the Dragon...
I actually didn't see the culling go out. I had to see that it was on cooldown.
They saw Owner was coming up too.
Yeah, and Hype dashes forward. That's a bit dangerous. He's going to flash out with the grand entrance onto 2 as Owner looking to close the gap, and he finds it. The bleed is ticking down from that Q as now Faker taking a lot of damage. Kroko is at full health, and he's still pushing forward. There are 4 people here, Kroko.
Yeah, that was very scary. Yeah. And I mean, I think obviously it's going to be really nice for him in situations like this too, where things get a little bit brawly. Is
Hype gonna get flashed on there by Faker. Owner gonna come on over as well. There is the dash forward, and the kill goes over to Faker. You can see Owner holds the
early days, of course, but
ooh, bubble looking pretty nice here as Carrier going to get denied as Kroko puts down the pillar, and there's a big old shield, but it's not going to be enough. The tidal wave going to get a cute little knock up onto Faker here. But now Hype moving on in. Will he be able to find any value? That's the question. There's the culling right on top of Gumayusi. And yeah, their health bars are getting lower, but I don't think the Bros are going to be able to finish anyone off.
It's going to be really hard. I don't think they should try for it without Palu's ult here.
Stand United was interrupted as well. Morgan tried to use it to get in
skirmishes, especially the burst damage that this Talon does bring to the table. But
shoved up. Closer picking things up from the ground. Owner now possibly out of position as he dives onto Kroko. Kroko gonna get a big old shield as the bubble is decent. There's a knock-up from Polo as well, but only lands onto Gumayusi, as now the culling from Hype zones them really nicely. Doran able to get himself out of there with the leap strike, but the trouble bubble is going to come through. Closer, can he find the paddle star? The answer is not quite enough damage as Hype wanting to get it done, but the counter strike was so good, still he just flashes in. That's a way to get it done. They'll take down. Oh, Closer, sometimes you can actually get that one through. It's still gonna land the paddle star, that looks pretty nice.
And Faker takes a big chunk of damage. Kroko is still here, by the way. Faker's already dashed. The pillar looking for Guma.
The pillar is such high value alongside this Zoe as Gumayusi's in so much trouble. The jump! And it's going to be Kroko that takes him down. Still, the bubble connects onto Carrier. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Closer picks up a flash, and he may need it. But the trouble bubble going to come through there. The flash comes forward, and Hype's going to look for another one. Doran is respawned and come back in, and we'll just eliminate the rest of the Bros. Figure it out. I looked at the top of the screen. I'm like, oh, it's only 18.5 minutes into this game.
It's so fun to watch. Oh, hold that thought.
Oh, nice little electrocute proc there from Hype.
On with like, okay, 100% we know how to set up on this Dragon. And then watching this, where you're like, do we go Dragon? Do we go Herald? Better just call randomly, I don't know.
Well, in they go. There's a big old tidal wave. This is crazy. Polo is going to explode, but look at these health bars. Here, and of course, Zoe is so feast or famine. Either you hit it or you do nothing at all. As the bubble comes in, he does collect himself a bit of a sleepy time. The exhaust goes down on top of him, and he's going to try and get out, but I think he's still dead. So there is the first kill.
They need more.
And Otacon, that would be huge.
I mean, I think that's, the Otacon might be a bridge too far, but at least they do get the, and just stand united with his team when the commit to this Drake take does actually come through from T1. Flank here from Kroko.
Yeah, Bro, I think wanting to get themselves soul point this time around is Doran on a great flank angle.
Zoning sleep pretty good.
Yep, Stand United gonna have to come in pretty soon, I think. A preemptive one would be great, as there it is on top of Hype. That's a lot of damage onto Carrier, though, not able to get too much value, as finally Morgan actually gets into a battle. Still, the Zoe goes down and Doran gets a great counter-strike. The flash out from Kroko might keep him alive, but Morgan not gonna be so lucky. Everyone just lying on the floor, and unfortunately, the composition for the Bros just not quite working this time around, as there's the rake, and he just pops over the wall, and there it is.
Yeah, just like dried leaves, the end of autumn, down he will go. And this is going to be mid-turret for free. By the way, Herald not even employed just yet.
Oh no, Shelly
training. In fact, yeah.
All right, so she does have a job. She just hasn't turned up
Laps
yet.
on Faker 4 just kind of ends up being a bunch of wasted members, as Kroko's now isolated.
Yeah, he was trying to work out which direction he wanted to go, and Death Chamber, that's the way.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, hello.
Tuesday comes faster than you think.
It certainly does.
It's going to be quite challenging, though, to get something done. Carrier eats a bit of damage, but it's too late.
Yep. Owner is going to be able to secure that one. Now looking for a flank angle as well. Speaking of flanks, Doran will find, okay, a bubble. So that's going to connect as Polo is just dead. The Shadow Assault just a little bit much there as Hype running out of people protecting him. And in fact, there are none left as Morgan tries to get on top of Gumayusi. And Gumayusi says, thanks for the taunt. That was cute. And nothing else going to really come of it. Croco has just respawned. And the bros, I think, have ran out of ergs in this particular game.
I do feel like the Dragon fight was probably the last gasp of this interesting experiment as Croco's going to try to buy time.
Oh, look at that.
Slow down that wave.
There's the pillar. Really beautifully done.
Need 20 more seconds. Need 20 more seconds. But yeah, we knew that Owner was good at carry jungles and assassins, so that's not a shock. But everything else for Bro here was very experimental. It did not work out. Croco tries to buy time here. 10 seconds.
He's just being ignored.
They don't care about him. They want to kill the Nexus.
Yeah, T1 just wants to go home. Eventually he gets swept up by Faker, who goes golden, and he'll remain golden as the Nexus explodes. T1, that was a bit